American stars that became homeless or went completely broke. The truth will shock you. Today, we are going inside the most shocking financial collapses in American celebrity history. Real numbers, real decisions, real consequences, and a truth about fame and money that Hollywood desperately does not want you to see. Let us get into it. We start with the biggest financial disaster in the entire history of American sport. A man who earned more money than most people could spend in 10 lifetimes and still ended up completely broke. Mike Tyson. At just 20 years old, Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight boxing champion in the history of the sport. He was terrifying in the ring. Promoters were throwing money at him from every direction. Sponsors wanted him. Everyone wanted a piece of Iron Mike. And the money kept getting bigger with every single fight he took. At the absolute peak of his career, Mike Tyson earned $103 million for a single fight against Lennox Lewis in 2002. One fight, one night, won $103 million. And then in 2003, just 1 year later, Mike Tyson walked into a bankruptcy court and told the judge he was $23 million in debt. 1 year, from $103 million to bankrupt. That is one of the most shocking financial falls in American history. So what happened to all that money? Mike Tyson was spending $400,000 every single month on his lifestyle. Every month. He bought Bengal tigers as pets and spent over $7,000 on each one. He spent $300,000 every single year on lawn care alone, just cutting the grass. He was buying diamond chains for $3,000 each. He owned multiple enormous mansions. He had a massive entourage that he was paying for out of his own pocket every single day. And sitting quietly in the background was a $13.4 million bill from the IRS in unpaid back taxes that nobody around him was dealing with. He also blamed his promoter, Don King, for stealing up to 50% of his fight earnings across his entire career. A man who earned over $300 million in the ring ended up standing in front of a bankruptcy judge saying he could not pay his bills. Mike Tyson's financial story is one of the most shocking things that has ever happened to one person's money in the entire history of American sport. Now, we move to a story of Nicolas Cage. At the peak of his career, Nicolas Cage was one of the highest paid actors on the entire planet. $20 million per movie, $40 million in a good year. National Treasure, Con Air, Face Off, The Rock. Massive Hollywood blockbusters that made hundreds of millions at the box office and made Nicolas Cage one of the most bankable stars in the world. By the early 2000s, he was worth an estimated $150 million. And then he spent every single penny of it. And then some. Nicolas Cage bought 15 houses at the same time. 15. He owned a castle in Germany and another castle in England. He bought a private island in the Bahamas. He bought 4 yachts. He owned a $20 million yacht alone with 12 master bedrooms inside it. He had 50 cars, including 9 Rolls-Royces and a $1 million Ferrari that only 399 people in the entire world could own. He spent $45,000 on a Lamborghini that once belonged to the Shah of Iran. But it gets even stranger than that. Nicolas Cage outbid Leonardo DiCaprio in an auction to buy a 70-million-year-old dinosaur skull for $76,000. That skull turned out to be stolen property, and the Mongolian government forced him to return it. He spent $15,000 on the very first Superman comic book ever printed. He flew to Germany and spent $2.3 million buying a 16th century castle because he believed it contained clues to the location of the Holy Grail. And then the IRS arrived. In 2009, the IRS hit Nicolas Cage with a $6.2 million tax bill. His homes were foreclosed. His properties were seized and sold at auction one by one. The man worth $150 million was watching his houses disappear while the government took everything it could find. He ended up owing more than $13 million in total tax debt. And the only way out was to take every single film role anyone offered him, good, bad, or completely terrible, and work his way back from nothing, one paycheck at a time. A dinosaur skull, a haunted mansion, 4 yachts, 15 houses, a $150 million fortune gone completely. Nicolas Cage did not just go broke. He went broke in the most spectacular and most uniquely Nicolas Cage way that anyone could possibly imagine. Now we come to MC Hammer, In the early 1990s, MC Hammer was absolutely everywhere. You can't touch this. Too legit to quit? Millions of records sold. World tours selling out arenas. Merchandise flying off shelves. The money pouring in was extraordinary. And MC Hammer celebrated that success in the most visible and most expensive way he possibly could. He built a 4,000 square foot mansion with actual gold gates at the entrance. He filled that mansion with every luxury money could buy. And then he surrounded himself with an entourage of 200 people. 200 people on his payroll every single day. Bodyguards, assistants, drivers, cooks, friends of friends. And all of those people were costing him $500,000 every single month to keep happy and fed and housed. $500,000 a month. While the hit record slowed down and the money coming in began to shrink. But the entourage did not shrink. The mansion did not shrink. The gold gates stayed up. Until 1996, when MC Hammer filed for bankruptcy with $13 million in debt, the gold gates came down. The mansion was gone. 200 people had to find somewhere else to be, and MC Hammer was left with nothing but the lessons of what had just happened to him. But here is the part of this story that nobody expects. After losing everything, MC Hammer found his faith. He became a minister. He reinvented himself as a motivational speaker. And then quietly and without much fanfare, he built a new career as a respected tech consultant in Silicon Valley. The man who lost everything to a 200-person entourage became one of the most surprising and most genuine comeback stories in American celebrity history. Now, we come to the story of Sly Stone. If you love any kind of modern American music, funk, soul, hip-hop, R&B, you owe Sly Stone more than you probably know. Sly and the family Stone invented the sound that went on to influence Prince, Michael Jackson, and practically every major artist of the last 50 years. They were not just successful, they were revolutionary. Sly Stone was a genuine genius who changed the entire direction of American popular culture with his records. And here is what the music industry gave him in return. Drug problems consumed his career across the 1970s. And 1980s. His money started disappearing. Bad deals piled up. And then came the decision that permanently sealed his financial fate. In 1984, Sly Stone sold his entire music, publishing catalog, the rights to the songs he created that generated royalties. Every single time they were played anywhere in the world to Michael Jackson for just $1 million. $1 million for a body of work that was worth many, many times that amount. He needed cash badly. He had nobody around him giving him the right advice, and he signed away the future income from the greatest work of his life for almost nothing. By 2009, Sly Stone had lost his house. He could not afford rent anywhere. He moved from his home into cheap hotels, and then even the hotels ran out. And Sly Stone, the man who invented funk music and influenced Michael Jackson and changed the sound of American music forever, ended up living in a van on the streets of Los Angeles. A van on the street. While his music was still playing on radio stations all over the world and making other people rich every single day, that is not just a personal tragedy. That is one of the most damning indictments of the American music industry that has ever been written in a single human life. And we close with a story that proves that even the most beloved and most celebrated musical icon in American history is not safe from the government arriving at his door with a number so large it takes your breath away. Completely Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson is one of the greatest songwriters who ever lived in this country. Decades of classic records. Decades of sold-out shows everywhere he went. A voice and a presence and a warmth that made him one of the most universally loved figures in the entire history of American music. The man was untouchable, or so everyone thought. In 1990, the IRS seized the majority of Willie Nelson's assets to collect $16.7 million in unpaid back taxes. Not fined, not given a warning letter, seized. His properties were taken. His recording equipment was taken. His personal belongings were taken and auctioned off to the public to pay a tax bill that had been growing quietly for years while the people responsible for managing his money had completely failed him. Willie Nelson did not sit down and accept it. He fought back in the most creative and most completely Willie Nelson way that anyone could have imagined. He recorded a special album called The IRS Tapes, Who Will Buy My Memories, and sold it directly to his fans, with every single dollar of the proceeds going straight to the IRS to pay down his debt. He literally made a record to pay his tax bill. Whether that is the saddest or the most brilliant thing any musician has ever done in this country is a question worth thinking about for a moment. And then he kept going. He kept performing every single night. He kept recording. He kept touring relentlessly across America and paying back every cent of that $16.7 million debt through nothing but hard work and an absolute refusal to stop. The IRS took his stuff. Willie Nelson earned it all back one concert at a time. And he is still out there right now, doing exactly what he has always done. That is not just a financial comeback. That is a masterclass in stubbornness. And it is the perfect note to end this story on. 5 American stars. 5 completely different roads to losing everything. Mike Tyson, who earned $300 million and spent every single penny before he turned 40. Nicolas Cage, who turned $150 million into dinosaur skulls and castle walls and an IRS bill that took years to escape. MC Hammer, who kept 200 people on his payroll at $500,000 a month until the money completely ran out. Sly Stone, who sold the music that defined a generation for almost nothing and ended up in a van on the streets of Los Angeles. And Willie Nelson, who had $16.7 million seized by the government and came back with a record, a work ethic, and an unbreakable stubbornness that paid every single cent back. One truth that runs through every single one of these stories is simple. Fame does not protect your money. Talent does not protect your money. Earning $300 million does not protect your money if the wrong people are around you and nobody is watching where it goes. What protects your money is attention, honesty, and people around you who are genuinely on your side. None of these 5 had that when they needed it most. And all 5 paid a price that no amount of talent or fame could prevent. If this video shocked you, today hit that like button right now and subscribe if you are not already part of this family. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 5 stories shocked you the most. I read every single comment personally. Until next time, take care of your money and take care of yourselves. We will see you in the next one.